The origins of man. Extraterrestrials created humans. There are many different accounts of this theory with different names. Even our idea of the Almighty God is that of an extraterrestrial creator or a being beyond the realm of Earth. Even the God version most people agree on. If you said, "Did God come from Earth?" people would say no. So, did God make the Earth in 7 days and put Adam and Eve here? Did monkey men evolve into modern man? Or were we created by extraterrestrials as slaves? As each day goes by, alien God creators seem to be the only answer. There are many to choose from. A popular explanation has been brought forth by Zecharia Sitchin and his interpretations of ancient Sumerian tablets. He has written many books about his findings. What he speaks of is a story about the Anunnaki, who were reptilian beings from the 12th planet Nibiru. The Anunnaki came to Earth and created man, Homo sapiens, humans, through DNA genetic manipulation with themselves and ape-man Homo erectus. The word Anunnaki means those who from heaven to earth came. They came to Earth to mine for gold and other minerals and created humans as slaves and genetically interfered in our indigenous DNA to create a slave race to work their mines, farms, and other enterprises in Sumer. This interesting gold may be partially why our money is backed by gold, or it used to be, and whenever a human mentions and figures out that money is just paper, people always say, "Hey, but it's backed by gold." Humans generally never say, "Well, gold is just a rock," because we have been pleasing the gods for millenniums. Oh, that gold and money. The evidence to back the Anunnaki ideas is contained in stone tablets. It's written in stone. In this tablet, we can see that the sun is at the center of the solar system, and there are 11 planets around the sun. Modern man didn't really believe the sun was the center of the universe until people like Copernicus and Galileo came around with those wacky ideas. Imagine that, the sun at the center. You mean to tell me that the Earth isn't the center of the universe? Well, anyway, this tablet in particular is 6,500 years old. It is from the year 4500 BC. Sumer is actually modern-day Iraq. Interesting. We're very interested in that area. I heard that eventually humans outnumbered the Anunnaki, and they decided to leave our planet and create a great flood. The Great Flood supposedly was an attempt to destroy the slave races of humanity by the Nibiruans because they had rebelled against their Nibiruan gods, Enlil and Enki. Enlil and Enki were involved in a heated dispute over whether to destroy or preserve the slave races, and this power struggle resulted in war. They then also genetically engineered and trained 1% of the humans to be slightly above the rest of the animal humans with the ancient knowledge that they possessed. This is what created the divine bloodlines, the divine right to rule, and all that which exists to this very day. And also, they taught of the knowledge of the human governing methods, which are leading us to the infamous New World Order. The few rule over the many, and this has been going on for thousands of years. Supposedly, these 1% have special reptilian blood, which the Dogon Tribe, or the Dogon Tribe of Africa, has a creational myth of a race of reptoid aliens who came to Earth from the constellation Sirius, or the sun Sirius, the star. In summary, the Anunnaki from Nibiru supposedly landed on Earth, colonized it, and mined the Earth for gold and other minerals, establishing a spaceport in what is today known as the Iraq-Iran area, the cradle of civilization, and lived in a kind of idealistic society as a small colony with humans as slaves. This reminds me of the climax in the movie They Live, which is beyond highly recommended. They Live, starring Roddy Piper. It is a must-see, directed by John Carpenter. It is a must-see. Sometimes it's on TBS. This information that was presented just now came from crystallinks.com and xfax.com. Now, Versions of this Anunnaki story also blends into stories of the Nephilim, the Elohim, what we know as God, giants of the Bible, Ezekiel, or the Wingmakers. The Wingmakers claim to have created all life on Earth through DNA. This fits in with the Elohim account that Rael of the Raelians believe. The Wingmakers said they created all life and left artifacts behind on Earth that humans will find at different stages of our evolution. Kind of like getting past different levels in Zelda after you acquire different items. And all of role-playing games, RPGs, kind of follow this similar thing. The computer enabled us to decode the secret code in the Dead Sea Scrolls, which was found in the 20th century, known and create and decode the code from the Dead Sea Scrolls known as the Bible Code. Bible Code. Supposedly, the Bible Code can tell the future and the past and the present with a mathematical formula, which is pages long. It has actually passed 3 special mathematical boards and is being considered by many of the powers of the world as a serious thing. People such as Arafat, Sharon, Colin Powell, and others. Also, in this century, we have decoded the DNA, which is the source code of all life on Earth. This source code, known as DNA, was probably created and put here by, of course, the Wingmakers. Newton, Sir Isaac Newton, the conceiver of gravity, and others always knew there was a secret mathematical code in the Bible, but it wasn't until the computer was invented could we find it, because there was many different cross-referencing that needed to be done, which could only be done with the speed of circuitry. While computers and technology operate on binary, a two-state system that creates all the wonders that we experience with technology, it is all from essentially only different sequences of zeros and ones, which aren't really even zeros and ones, they're just representations for the states of off and on. Our human bodies, as amazing as they are, have the genetic source code of DNA that determines every single aspect of our lives, and that is a 4-state system, which is A, C, T, and G, which stand for the nucleic acids, adenine, cytosine, thymine, and guanine. Different sequences of these 4 acids determine everything. So with the discovery of the double helix by Watson and Crick and the completion of the DNA mapping in 2003, we now have the complete source code to life and can now play God, or Anunnaki, or Elohim, or Wingmakers ourselves. The artifacts left behind that are discovered at different stages of our evolution remind me of the monoliths in the movie 2001 Space Odyssey and 2010, The Year We Make Contact. The discovery of the Creator reminds me of Neo meeting the architect in Matrix Reloaded, or David meeting his maker in AI, Artificial Intelligence, or Tom Cruise going into Life Extension LE in Vanilla Sky. The movie They Live talks about how they, the aliens, are turning our atmosphere into their atmosphere. In Matrix, Morpheus tells Neo that the robots are turning humans into batteries. I've been told we live on a slave planet, and there is certainly a reason why so many humans exist. We are being grown. We are not living free. We are being blinded from the reality of existence, and we are focused on the pursuit of money. If aliens came to Earth and had read about how much control and power money has over our lives, they may be frightened to go near it. They would think it has magic powers. You can find all of the information about the Wingmakers at www.wingmakers.com. You can also research Al Bielek, David Icke, and Jason Martell on various search engines for more information and presentations. This has been a presentation of the Millennials Movement.